a big problem, and it is. So the thing is, most of the time, it's very hard to achieve mass innovation. What companies need to do is to be able to discern and always look out. Like a football coach, I don't have a cricket example, I'm so sorry. But then like football coach, you know about football, what's so interesting, soccer? Some people say soccer, some people say football, depends on which part of the world you come from. So, you know, the goalpost is the same. The field is the same. The rules are all the same. Yeah? Thanks to FIFA, this is a brilliant platform, by the way. Money making. They are more profitable than the Olympics, by the way. So, you know, they are amazing, and you see, even though you know the strategy of the other team, and you have a lot of reporters capturing and thinking they are all great at playing soccer, but you put them in the field, they can do anything. So, you know, you can tell what is going to happen, but the truth is that at the end of the day, the magic happens when the coach knows the players, knows how to put people together. So it's a conversation that makes the innovation possible. How do you get that goal in? It's not just about Messi. It's all a combination of a lot of things. So right now, if you treat organization like a HR, you know what's HR? Right? That means human resource. But you don't treat HR as HC, human capital, then you have a problem. So the new world is HC, not HR, human capital, right? How do we put people together so they can play the best game in the world and win? So, you know, sometimes we are asked to build this kind of innovation team for companies, so we are act as the goalkeeper and the referee. Yeah? Please don't kill the innovation of this small team. They are young, let them take the risk, don't bother them and wobble them. Well, how come it doesn't make money? Kill you. Yeah? So innovation takes time. If anyone in this world can show me how they can profit from innovation within a short span of 3 years, please tell me. Because it takes time for things to happen. You can't just, you know, it's going to be like magic. Even David Copperfield admitted, before he does his illusion tricks, it takes some years to do it. The next thing you need to know, and I know that there are some fellow designers here, greetings to you, it's about platform and not platform shoes. Now, we love design, we do design all the time, like so many of you. You know, design is one of the most unappreciated, underpaid jobs in the world, but most satisfying. Agree, designers? You should get paid more, by the way. More than investment bankers. Yeah? So, but the thing is that, but we do it because we love. Yeah, we do it because of passion. So, the rest of you who are trying to join the industry, it's a torturous job. But if you don't mind the complexity of it and the excitement of creating something, continue. Okay? So yeah, we do a lot of work. But you know what we realize? Is that good design cannot happen without good curators. It's like great art needs great patrons. So the problem is not the design. The problem is that if the organization doesn't appreciate design, you have another issue. So the thing is, sometimes it's very important as we as designers, we should, and this is controversial, we should see, sometimes it's good if our designers or fellow designers get poached and they join these organizations. Then they have a deep understanding of how design is applied to strategy. Because the problem is sometimes you are really speaking a certain language, and on the client side, actually, if we are speaking English, they think that we are speaking Chinese. Yeah? So that's the problem. So the problem is we need curators on the client side, more of them on the client side, because or else they will start treating design as commodities. Yeah, that's the problem. But design is far more powerful than that. Design is a catalyst. So the final part is soft power. Most organizations, they have very poor cultural software. And what do I mean? That they have a system whereby you can't install anything. If you try to install a new idea, they say, well, doesn't work. Doesn't work. So how do you know this? When you suggest a new idea, and the eyes start to squint. And then the tone, the voice start to deepen. And then the phrase comes, what did you just say? You know your cultural software is a problem. Yeah? But in Japan it's different. They don't show the face. They don't like to show the face. There's an art to it. Same as our friends in Thailand. Yeah? They're always smiling. Then after you don't hear anything. I know it's dead in the water. So you be careful, this thing that they taught you is only meant for professionals. Don't try this at home. Alright. So most of the time, a lot of rules and rituals, right? This is what happens with new people when they join the company. Hey, you are the newbie, yeah? You don't understand our culture. Yeah, you don't help them understand. No? That's the problem. There was once an Australian company that we served with. they hired someone from Pakistan. And they love to have barbecues, And Australians, they love the barbecue, the meat, in the outdoors and drinking beer. So as we were doing the cultural interview, we said that, and then one of the comments came like, this so-and-so guy is not our kind of people. I said, what do you mean? Well, we have, for example, we have barbecues and he doesn't join us. Yeah, he's a Muslim. He doesn't join you because they're drinking. And the meat that he has is probably not halal. You get what I mean? So, these prejudices, but you see, the test of any company that wants to be innovative is inclusiveness. If you don't know how to include people of other cultures, if you don't know how to think of new ideas and relearn new ideas, then don't use the word innovative. Please use the word productive. Yeah? And so it's okay to be productive. You still make money. Remember the guy saying, life is good. I'm making money. Yeah? So if you want to be an innovative company, you have to welcome outsiders. You have to welcome people. And I think you have a great example of Tata. In his acquisition of all these other companies, Tata made a very great effort to try to understand those cultures instead of imposing cultures. So there are, and as a culture, so far as my experience is, that you have an inherent, very inclusive way of getting people involved. Right? This conference is an example of that. So, but it's a process. It's not an aspiration. You need to have a proper system to welcome ideas, to welcome people. Right? So, things like this, when you organize gatherings, when you organize internal discussions, the litmus test is that when you are discussing something, how open are you to new people? How open are you to third-party people sharing ideas? That is the test. And one of the other problems is 70% of our companies in Asia fail to learn from failures. We love our brick wall. It doesn't matter if you're not a Chinese culture, there are other walls. You have your fortresses, you have our walls. Yeah, but they're all the same. Yeah? And the excuse is always, hey Lawrence, this is China. China cannot do this kind of thing. If you start to use culture as an excuse for not doing certain things, that's it. It's always a sign of weakness. Yeah? If you hear that often, I'm not sure how many times you hear that, but we hear that often. When you don't hear anything, this is Vietnam. Vietnam, we don't do this, huh? I say that, my goodness, but if you travel around the world, and if you all of you, I'm sure all of you travel, you will see that if you take a picture in Mumbai, you take a picture in Dhaka, you take a picture in Vietnam, they are similar brands. Yeah? Just don't look at the license plate. You will see that the world is becoming one. Yeah? So stop talking about my culture, cannot do this kind of thing. So your culture cannot do this kind of thing, but somehow everyone's on Facebook. Very strange. So the last thing is, how do you handle failure? If you have a culture whereby people are frightened of admitting mistakes, then it's extremely bad because actually everything a mistake happens. The only difference is whether you hear it or you don't hear it. Yeah? So it happens in all organizations, all companies, all religious organizations, all governments, they all have the same thing, but you don't hear it, that's a problem. So most Asian cultures, we have a culture of denial, system of denial, and leadership assigns blame. That's the job of our bosses. Nobody's at fault here. Hunt them down. Yeah? Right, George Bush. So, the thing is, about failure, is how do you create a culture of acceptance? Now, this is very hard for a lot of Asian companies. They say that, but we're not supposed to fail. Right? But the problem is, if you don't know how to deal with the failures, you don't know how to learn about new ideas, and you don't innovate. And that's why you look at the problems we have. Japan was one of the most advanced economies in the world. There was a time when people said Japan way will sweep the end of the world. But just recently, Panasonic, Sharp, and big trouble. Big trouble. So, that is not because they are not good. That is because if you assume you are already on top of the mountain, where are you going to go next? Down, right? So, there's no such thing as you better pray that you'll never reach Mount Everest. You better pray you're always climbing a new mountain. Yeah? So Bill Gates actually is a brilliant man and he gave many predictions. He predicted search. He predicted many things. But the difference is, of course, is people are struggling to do something about it. But the thing is that he always said that somebody better will come along. And Andy Grove said only the paranoid will survive. So you have to be paranoid that someone else, even though you're a big company, someone else is going to challenge and replace you. So I can also put this to the test. If you like to try this at home or in your offices, you can try this. We have this ritual in Consulus we call bonsai. Every year, you know what bonsai is, a plant. And you clip, yeah? So what happens is that all of us on the region will sit together in different circles, and the junior consultant will critique the senior consultant, right? So depending on position, say that, oh, this year, when you write emails, you have been too abrupt, you don't understand what I'm talking about. Yeah? So see how you can do that. And then after everyone is clipped a bit, then everyone is given an affirmation of how good they are doing certain things. So we found that bonsai has been extremely useful for consulting practice. And you can try to do this. Yeah, so this is a very Asian practice. And if you can try bonsai, you can see how open is people to this clipping and this hierarchy. It's a good test. Yeah? So we have seen grown men cry before when we did this. And we did this among partners, and people have been in business with each other for 25 years. And one of them said, Lawrence, thanks to you, because I have been with him for 25 years, I never had the chance to tell him exactly what I thought. So, those are the things. So, in conclusion, here are the 8 things that you can consider. First of all, if you want to be truly innovative, fight for a cause, sustain change, be leadership change, purpose-led time management is not just about doing things, it's about doing things with meaning. How do you build shared rituals to build a collective influence? How do you profit from failures? How do you profit from data? How do you build a separate gear of innovation? How do you recruit and retain good design curators? Now, I'm not talking about design as just pure design practitioners. Design is in everything, like just the earlier speaker was saying. So design is in the appreciation of, even if you are a business-to-business company, that is design. Design the process, design of the sales, the whole process of how you offer the experience. All of that is extremely important. But you need people with the talent, with the insights in order to be good curators. So some reflection for you as an individual, maybe. What is the meaning and purpose of your work? Now, if you are working in a company, as I was saying earlier, in a big firm or a small firm, whichever it is, or you're going to start to work, this is a very important question for you to know. When I started out as a designer, we were working on an account with Siemens. It was hearing aid, and the hearing aid was quite ugly. And I told my boss, they can't sell this. It's an ugly hearing aid. And my boss said to me, Lawrence, so long as they pay, it's okay. I left the company. So you have to know you are with the right boss. Don't follow the wrong ones. Yeah? So what do you intend to do with the business after you are gone? If you are the founder of the business, what do you do? The level of succession, how do you group leaders, how do you create leaders? That's why I say Tata is a fabulous example. It's a family business, but they allow the talents to come in and rise to the top. And that's a very, very proven, it's a money-making and proven example. Yeah? So how much time are you spending to coach and develop ideas? So what about you? Are you willing to spend time to build practices within the company? And what can you learn from your failures? And ultimately, it's about small teams, and also it's about trust. It's about trust within an organization for innovation to happen. Now, I sincerely hope every time when we come for this kind of conferences, there are plenty of conferences that takes place every single month. Especially Mumbai is such an exciting place. Everyone wants to come here. Same like Singapore as well. But the thing is that it is an important moment in Asia, and it is your responsibility as a young person, and I say young for those who are under 55. Those who have wise wisdom and experience, please continue to support those under 55. Yeah? That you have to be the 1% to help contribute to an Asia of ideas, not an Asia of workers, not an Asia of contractors, but an Asia of ideas. And it should be original ideas, not ideas that we cut and paste from West. Our Western friends don't like it. They don't mind a good idea to compete with them, but they don't mind you cut and paste. Yeah? So don't do that. Now, if you don't have the confidence to be a 1%, find someone who is a 1%. Join someone who is a 1% or has the potential to be a 1%. Look at their business models, or work with those people who have those kind of business models. And finally, those are the potential, those of you who are wiser, those of you who have the money, please support the 1%. We've worked with some entrepreneurs before, and it's very hard to get what we call financing, support, investments, and if you do have the means and you do have the connection, please support them. If you'd like to get in touch with us, understand about work and how we can work with you, my email is _Chong, Consulus group. You get some emails reply from some strange time because we are in different time zones. So we travel quite a lot to different parts of the world. Most happy to give you advice and see what you do with your business and your life. You know? So, thank you everyone. May India shape the world. Thank you. Anybody have one question? Okay, good. We can talk over lunch.
Thank you, Lawrence, for that great session. It was really wonderful sitting behind and looking at it and enjoying your speech also. I hope the audience did as well. I'll invite as well as back on stage to give us more momentum.